Focus on the guest.
Don't even write with the pen.
I hate you and everything that you stand. I hate your ancestors.
Yeah, that's established. We can all see your skin in your hair.
I used to love Hawaiian pizza, and now it's dead to me. Just like your relatives that died of smallpox.
Are you Hawaiian?
I'm half Samoan and
they're all the same.
Irish and German.
Spam eaters.
Samoan and German.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Sturdy. Just sturdy people. Okay.
Sturdy and
Yeah,
stoic.
now you're just describing your type, so that was fun.
I'm German. Like, I knew I was German. I have a mirror. So we're here with Adam Pasi. Hi, Adam.
A confused Amanda, you say?
A little bit, always. I'm just a pretty face and a couple jokes. Knock,
Thank
knock.
you, but I have more than a couple jokes.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Adam Pasi, everybody. Come on, that was
I
good.
just clap when other people clap.
Yeah, I like
Am I
to
supposed
start
to do
a slow clap.
Oh.
It's really awkward when you start a slow clap and nobody else claps, though. And then you're like, oh, just me, just stretching.
That's one of my favorite things to do is a clap at an inappropriate moment. Like we're having a work meeting, and they're like, oh, and Savannah's unfortunately going to be leaving the company to go to Chicago. And I'm like,
I do that at work.
My bad. Misread the room.
I love that. Or I'll introduce people as they walk by my desk. I'll just be like, John Smith, everybody. And they're like, oh, they get excited. Yeah, everybody likes to be introduced a little bit. Adam Pasi is one of my favorite Portland comics. You are a local Portland comic. I remember the first time I met you, I was producing a show.
I have no prior memories of you before this podcast started.
I'm like an alien.
First time he's met you.
We did a show on Broadway, and I thought it was hilarious that I got to make the joke Posse on Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Scott Von Walt's show where there was specific subject matter. We joked about the 90s on that show.
Yeah, it was no, that wasn't one of those shows. Scott and I were producing those shows at the time, but this was at a place that was called Lion's Head or something.
Tiger Bar.
Because you told a story about a polar bear, that's like one of your very first jokes, and I kind of thought it was true for a minute.
A polar bear?
It was a bear story, like where you wrestled a bear or something.
Like hunting polar bears in Alaska?
Yeah.
To impress an Inuit girl who I was trying to sleep with?
Yes.
Yep, that was Sam Austin.
Oh, really?
And racist.
No, it's not always racist. You guys were both there that night, though. That was Sam Austin's joke?
It's 100% Sam Austin's
I didn't
joke.
think he had jokes.
Shout out to Sam.
Yeah, whatever. What's going on with you? You have Chumbawamba. You have a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that.
It happens almost every week if Randy would be available and put it out. Randy's also my podcast producer, so apologies to anyone listening to this.
Holla.
We're like in an open relationship with Randall.
Cross promotion. Yes. We share Randall.
Yeah, it's like, so,
I'm pretty poly. It's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's an understatement. 84, this guy.
You're way too insecure to be poly. You'd be like, but what about me?
Very true.
That's a funny joke, like a Mormon, a gay guy, a beautiful woman, and a Samoan walk into a bar. Anyway, moving on. I am terrible today. I'm sorry, you guys. It's going to be a weird episode.
Adam, I've never met Adam before. Adam, where are you from? Originally, are you local to? Did you grow up in Portland?
I grew up mostly on the East Coast and in Germany. My dad was in the Army. My mom's parents lived in Gresham, so no matter where we lived in the world, about every 1 or 2 years we come back here. So this has been the one constant area in my life.
And Amanda, how do you feel about having the second most beautiful hair in this room?
I know, right? I made a comment about it in the car.
This guy...
It'll be third if Randy takes his shirt off.
It's got that weird calic in it, though. I was talking about that in the car. I was like, I think her hair's the same texture.
Luscious. That is luscious.
And he was offended. He was like, don't compare my hair to yours.
Obviously.
I know. I have better skin.
Yeah, like according to society, but not like quality wise.
Oh, it always comes down
Just
to
like,
that.
yeah, per this administration, you do have better skin.
You're right. I mean, it is easier
More
sometimes.
privileged skin.
Yeah, more privileged skin. I'm going to move on because I have things to say, and I'm not going to say it for once. Because I haven't got my Ancestry DNA results back yet. By the way, to our listeners...
Did you do it?
I did it. I did it. They're being processed. I know I don't... For our listeners, I might be a little bit brown. And if you've never seen me, please go to my Facebook page. Hold on. You stop it, Adam.
Uh-oh.
I am the color of canned ham. I get it. And my eyes are basically see-through.
No, I'm saying you must have contracted an STD version of sickle cell, and that's what you're talking about right now. Is that too much? Is that?
No, it's fine. When you're gonna be sorry when I put my whole diversity pie chart on a shirt, and I'm just like, here it is, right here. What if it's like 40%? And we're like, huh? I didn't get that. Like, what happened? No, you lived in Japan for a while though.
I did 2 years.
I love something that you said that was really, really honest, is that you said, I lived in Japan for a little bit when I was a kid and I had nothing going for me, and I came back and I was constantly bragging about when I was in Japan. And that's such an honest statement for somebody to make. But how old were you?
I was fresh out of high school. 18 through 20, I lived in Japan under my parents' roof. Oh. And my dad
was it made of like, do you guys live in like one of those little... Right, like
go on,
paper houses.
Go on, say how you feel about the Japanese people.
No, paper houses. I just don't know what they're called. I don't know what their homes are called.
We lived inside a gong. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's from game shows.
My dad drove chopsticks to work. Is this you got
chopsticks wouldn't hold your people? Come on.
You underestimate Japanese engineering.
That is true. That is true.
The three of us came here in one car. Remember that.
The most racist thing I've ever done is thinking that Hyundais were Japanese cars.
I'd say the most racist thing you've ever done is think Sam Austin's joke was my joke.
Oh my God! If it was anybody but Sam Austin, you wouldn't be mad. Back to Japan. Why were you there?
So like I said, my dad was in the military. He was retired, but my mom worked DOD all my life, which is Department of Defense. It's basically any job that takes place on a military base that's not done by soldiers.
That sounds way cooler than what she's actually doing then, right?
Yeah, she ran daycares for the Air Force over there. So they had
ran daycares for the Department of Defense.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So these are like important kids? Like...
Oh, he's just trash enlisted people's kids.
Yeah, you would be the military people's kids.
Just little military brats.
That's how they turn out right here. So how important can they be?
Okay, let's bring up race. How often are you asked, what are you?
Jeez, and how come every minute you have to
No,
talk about
you
race
brought it
with
up.
you
Brought it up.
All right, fine.
All right.
We'll do your podcast.
Adam and I are very
race.
close for our listeners. He's
I've
one of my
never
favorite.
met you before today.
We met on Craigslist.
I know Brady because he goes to my brother's church, and I have no idea who the hell you are, lady.
Do I? Okay.
Brady's like, what's happening? I warned Brady before we came in.
The large Samoan man saying I know him, so I'm just going to, yeah, we know each other. Yeah.
Adam's not one of those people that you're like, do I know you?
I leave an impression and oftentimes a stain.
A trail of some sort. Beer cans.
That's not even a joke. That's
hilarious. You look at your floor, you're like, was Adam here?
These are new chairs where he's sitting on.
Oh, no, he doesn't mean that kind of stain, but that's hilarious. You're going to get up and Brady's going to subtly be like, look down at it.
You keep shooting me those smoky looks. We'll see what happens to this chair. All right.
Oh no.
Can we talk about real quick before we move on to other stuff?
Fine race. Which ones are your least favorite? Go, Amanda.
Samoans. No, I was going to talk about pineapples.
Oh, you hate them the same way I hated pretty girls in high school.
Oh,
they won't talk to me.
I wasn't one in high school, so I was a late bloomer.
I don't believe that. Your eyes are beautiful.
Oh, thank you. They're like the Smoky Hills of some creek.
You're on fire today.
No, it was going to be too specific. There was a Portland comic, a comic that does comedy in Portland a lot, doesn't anymore, that asked us to smell my feet the first time I met him, and got real weird. Like that was the first time we met.
Right.
And he's like, "Can I go to your car and smell your feet?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm cool." And then sent me a message and told me that my eyes were the color of the Smoky Hills of Lytle Creek. So shout out to Lytle Creek.
Smelling your feet like a sommelier.
I didn't let him do it. I was too like that's one fetish I don't get. Like I don't get feet.
No, that's really weird.
I'm in the first committed relationship I've been in a very long time, and this is the first person whose feet.
Adam Pasi, everybody. Yeah. Adam Pasi. Can you tell him why you're in a committed relationship? Why? Where'd you meet?
Yeah, who's why?
Yeah.
Because my podcast is crazy dope. That's why I'm in this committed relationship. Chumba and Wumba, you guys.
Nope, that's
comes
not
out once every other week.
His new girlfriend went to my festival in Lincoln City.
Saw me perform naked.
Yep. We did comics. Have you heard about comic strip, Brady?
Oh, you did comedy naked?
Yeah, dude.
Have you heard about the shows?
No.
I've done it 3 times, but I've
People
not.
do comedy naked?
You don't start naked, so
Right, obviously.
you don't start naked. You go
Obviously.
out, and
Because that's crazy.
I've never been brave enough to get all the way naked.
Honestly, I know it's way different for a guy,
Oh yeah.
but even still, like, it's liberating.
Oh yeah.
Like, just being in front of that many people, when you feel yourself get comfortable, you're like, huh.
I did it in Saran wrap. And it was in the summertime, and it was the most uncomfortable decision I ever made in my life. And it was amazing that it only took 2 rolls of the Dollar Tree Saran wrap to make it opaque enough where you couldn't see my bits. But I felt like that was enough.
If I was there, I'd have hit you with a blow dryer so you couldn't move.
Oh, that would be funny.
I had to have help getting out of it. I was like, help! I expanded inside of it like a bad sausage. It was terrible.
You got to get opened up like leftover ham.
Yeah, because I'm canned ham. So what comic strip is for our listeners and for Brady is the comic.
Also, that's not the show I did at your festival.
You did Buck Wild, that's right. So it's basically you go up and you tell some jokes, and then there's a ringmaster, and they ring a bell. Or she showed cards that time. She did a little bit different, but they ring a bell, and then you take an article of clothing off, and then you go back into your set, and then they let you go for a while. They ring a bell, you take off an article of clothing, and you get as naked as you want.
I've never made less than $100 doing naked comedy.
I made like 210 the first night I did it in like 7 minutes. And
a lot of it was foreign money, though.
It was.
Oh, man.
They were like pesos. And
I didn't even know this existed.
Yeah, it's
but
they're fun. They're fun to go to.
Okay.
I mean, if you're not worried, and it's really body positive. Like everybody's just there to have fun. Nobody's judgy.
No, I'm judgy.
But you're like none of this. The funniest one I saw was a guy from LA that I don't even know who he was. He was just there for a night. Tall, skinny guy. He does his whole set. He gets completely naked, and then the end of his set, he just slid down the pole, the stripper pole, and laid on a fetal position, hugging it, and told a joke about how he wasn't good enough for his dad. And it was brilliant.
That is amazing.
And I don't know who he was. Wow. He was just there for a night. So anyway, do you guys
say that a lot?
You guys want to... Okay, so let's talk about why I'm weird today. I had a gig in Bend last night.
Yeah.
And it was the Arctic tundra on the way there. Lots of snow. I drove to Bend, which is 3 hours and 15 minutes. Should have been 3 hours and 15 minutes. It was almost 4 hours there, driving through the snow. And
so that's how many McDonald's stops?
None. I was with Noriko because,
Oh, wow. Yeah, that sucks.
Noriko out is a tiny man. And... we got there. I did 45 minutes of comedy, got back in the car, and drove 4 hours back. And then had to do some stuff this morning with the podcast that we'll talk about a little bit later.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, I slept
45 minutes of your comedy.
Yeah, all of it. All of it. Actually, the hard part was the 20 minutes of Noriko with jet lag coming back from... He just got back from Japan, and he was just like... You could tell as soon as he got up there, he's like... I don't wanna like the look when you play baseball and you hope it rains. You know, like you're like, I hope it rains today.
That's just how he looks. He's got wet Chihuahua energy. Constantly.
Sad face.
Yeah.
He's
also ugly.
He's beautiful,
and he doesn't have a dad.
He doesn't have a dad. We talked about that on the way down.
He's not ugly.
No, he's a beautiful little man.
I take objection to that. I think he's a beautiful man.
Yeah, he is a beautiful little man.
I find him quite attractive.
Yeah. There's apparently a list of like the hottest guys in Portland comedy going around. I did not make it.
I know who did, and I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he on it?
I don't remember. I can find out.
If he's not, that's ridiculous.
We'll make our own list.
I'll look right now.
Noriko now looks great, but with his hair, he was terrible, and none of us realized it till he cut his hair.
No, I realized it. I don't really love long hair that much.
Did he have long hair? I didn't know that.
This isn't hair. This is called the God
No,
Silk,
you
right?
have beautiful hair.
This is a mane.
Like they're just race again. Sorry, I'm racist. White guys with long hair nowadays, it has to be good hair, and he didn't have the.
White guys in general are disgusting.
We are gonna do a taste test.
Of your feet?
Yes, of my feet. That was the weirdest thing anybody has ever said to me, by the way. Just like I got off stage and he was like, your flats look really cute on stage. And I'm like, that's a weird thing for guys to say, number one. And then he was like, I'm done here. How about we go to your car and I smell your feet? And I was like, no, you're messing with me, right? And he was like, no, let's do this. Never happened again. I don't want that to ever happen again.
I would never do that. That guy's got other plans.
He's got other. He wanted to cut my feet off and probably take him home.
That's his beginning. That's his beginning point. That's not his end game.
Once he has you by the ankle, he just drags you in the van.
Yeah.
He wants to dress you up in a rabbit suit and saw your foot off.
Just put one of those little caps on it and dye it rainbow colored. Do they still sell rabbit's feet?
Yeah, probably.
Randall, can you pour us some? So we're doing something different today. We are not doing a restaurant today, Brady.
Okay.
We're gonna. So the one bad thing that you drink, well, bad, quote unquote bad, is soda. You drink soda.
I do drink soda.
You've lowered your amount of soda. How?
I've claimed that I have.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're in the car just chugging 2 liters.
Yeah, are you like a closet alcoholic but with soda? You got
like Red Bull. Like I have.
He carries around those little 100-calorie cans in his pocket.
Right.
That's hilarious.
If we go in the back of your toilet right now, we're gonna find a 2-liter of Coke.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That would help with water bill.
Yeah. No, I'm like full on addicted to like Diet Coke. I don't know if I could stop.
Really?
Honestly.
Huh?
Yeah, I feel like it's an addiction.
You're gonna make for the lamest homeless guy story.
I know.
I
know.
Brady got all crazy
Listen,
on the
there's
Diet
worse
Coke.
things to get addicted to, obviously. So
That's what we're saying.
I find myself pretty fortunate.
Yes, you could get.
But like if I go like a day without diet, like I get headaches. Like
That's the caffeine.
strong headaches.
And
if I go
sugar.
even like if I wake up in the morning by 3 or 4 o'clock, I'll be hurting.
So the things that we saw on TV when we were kids and in science class, where they put a tooth in Coca-Cola and it dissolves, is that true?
I believe it is.
Yeah.
So can you get us?
Are you asking me because I'm a dentist? If the tooth,
Dr. Brady Smith, if we put a tooth in some Coca-Cola, would it be gone? I think it's like 3 days or something. It dissolves.
certainly eventually, yes.
But Diet Coke might be a different story.
Is it the sugar or what is it in it that makes your teeth? They use it to clean up murder scenes too, by the way.
Yeah.
They use Coca-Cola to clean up murder scenes, and you can clean your bumper with it.
Yeah.
There's all these
So
things.
Your battery.
I know what a tooth is made of. I'm not sure exactly what is in Diet Coke or
Which
Coke.
is unfortunate.
Well, none of
'cause
us
you're
are.
consuming quite a bit of it, my
Yeah.
friend.
Well, and I'll tell you what, like Diet Coke is not created equal. There's like Diet Coke in a can, Diet Coke in a bottle, Diet Coke from a fountain drink, Diet Coke from McDonald's is different.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm on board. I found this out about Gatorade. Gatorade is 10 times more refreshing out of a can. If you can get any sports drink in a can.
Is Gatorade in a can?
Yes, dude. It feels cooler. It feels like the liquid itself is thinner.
Yeah.
Were you in
When you drink
1943 when you found this? Where did you?
My high school used to have a Gatorade machine outside the gym
Yeah.
class, and it would always be the most refreshing drink I've ever had. Also, when I lived in Japan, they have a grapefruit flavored Gatorade drink. Coca-Cola Company makes it, actually. It's called Aquafina. And no, it's not.
That's water.
Yeah. What was it called?
Fanta?
Aquarius.
Okay.
And but out of a bottle, out of a can,
Delicious.
the most refreshing thing
Yeah.
you've ever had.
Yeah,
Weird.
Diet Coke is like in a bottle. I'm just like take it back. I'll take a can. Like if I'm in a bind, I'll drink it in a bottle. But
Really, bottle's preference for me. Glass bottle is just like that's the
Well,
best.
glass bottle and plastic
glass bottle and
are
plastic is
very
totally different.
Oh, okay,
Again,
that's what you're talking
The
about.
If I'm in a
container
more
makes a
phallic
difference.
Can, I bet you'd be.
and I go out of my way to go to McDonald's just to get their Diet Coke.
Weird. What did you call?
It is by far the most superior of all the Diet Cokes, hands down.
I wonder
agree
what
with
they
that.
do. Wonder what they do different.
I honestly think it's a secret. I've looked online and they say it's not. They just say like, oh, our water purification system is just like super top notch and elite. But that's bullcrap because there's a different ingredient in it.
I think they have.
It's got the McNugget green pink slime
That's
in
what
there.
I was just
The
gonna
McNugget
say.
Pink slime.
Like exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Our McNuggets aren't McNuggets, but our water's pure.
Yeah. But I think there's a little bit of cough syrup in it.
I
which
think the syrup ratio is just higher.
That could be too. The syrup to
Just have more.
there's something to it.
Stuff in it. Yeah.
But if you are a soda connoisseur, like I consider myself to be, you will know McDonald's. I don't know if it holds true for other McDonald's sodas. Like if someone was a Sprite fanatic, if they were like McDonald's has the best Sprite, like I wouldn't know that.
So Sierra Mist at Taco Bell is phenomenal.
Oh,
like,
okay.
If I've been out at a show and I've had drinks or anything, I don't drink a lot of. I don't drink pop that much. It's funny on the pop or soda, whatever you want to call it. What did you call it when you were a kid?
We said soda because I grew up on the East Coast.
What What did you call it as a kid?
Pop until I got made fun of in junior high, and then I started doing soda.
Me too. Exactly. Like that's exact. And so Ancestry.com, when I was filling out, they do a profile thing. That was one of the questions.
You're not part black because you drink soda.
Maybe.
I mean,
who knows?
I don't know.
So me and Brady need to close our eyes for this.
I need
yes?
you guys, to
Oh,
close
dude,
your
I'm all
eyes.
about grape soda. That's
Grape
like my
soda's the
favorite
best.
soda.
Grape Fanta is like, forget about it.
You ever had apple slice? Apple soda.
Do you remember chocolate? Coca-Cola tried to make a chocolate Coca-Cola.
Oh, that sounds
So
terrible.
you're not mixing up with the coffee Coca-Cola that they made?
No, they had chocolate when I was a kid. It was like a crappy Yoo-hoo.
But this
It was
apple
terrible.
slice
Also,
is,
you are gonna need
I don't know what that is.
It's been a while. So Slice, and it might have been an East Coast thing. Slice is like a generic soda brand.
Yeah.
It's bootleg Sprite.
Yeah,
So
okay.
you get a Slice, you're getting a fake Sprite.
I remember
Yeah.
Slice.
And they had an apple flavored Slice, and it was wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I look super shady because
So
I'm
should
like,
I
I'll
not-
do it under the
should
table.
we not be looking
Yeah,
at these?
Don't look.
Don't
No.
So we should be closing our eyes now.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm so happy I got an excuse to not look at you finally.
You're never coming on our podcast again.
I can feel the love.
Uh,
What should we do
why
during
don't-
this silence?
Why don't you
then?
tell them about what you eat at work, Adam? Why don't you tell them about your snack at work? Your snacky snacks that you have at work.
Cool, we'll just redo my podcast.
We did talk about this on yours, but
Yeah, hey guys, tune
Welcome
into
to the
Chumba and
Chumba
Wonder
Diet,
for the
everybody.
same content with a lower budget. I work in a kitchen, and they do a lot of processing of food there. And one of the things they do is they cut up the pineapple chunks to put in the containers for everybody, and they save me the pineapple cores, and I munch on them because they're delicious.
and
Oh, pineapple cores are delicious.
yeah,
I agree with that.
okay.
And why don't you tell them what you referred to them as, Amanda?
God, this podcast is not painting me the greatest. You guys can open your eyes now. We were in the car and we were talking about you can't just eyeball it out. They look at the.
But if he can, let's do that though.
Yeah, actually, I'm curious.
Yeah, I guess let's use all your science
What this is by looking at it?
and tasting it.
You're gonna taste it.
Well, have him look at it and then do a little switcheroo.
I mean,
keep
it's
track of
brown.
it, and have him taste it blind. That way, his looking at it can't. So see if he can tell by
But
looking
keep track
at
of
it.
it.
See if he can tell by looking at it, and then see if he can tell. See if he can tell by tasting at
I mean,
it. with
obviously,
his eyes
one has
closed.
a little bit of a head on it, a little bit more foam.
I'm just gonna make a dot.
More
on that
carbonation.
one. I'll make a dot on this one.
And is the one you're making a dot on the
I
same
know
one
what it
that's
is. Yeah,
foaming
they're-
on the floor?
It's not.
Okay.
I have to taste this.
Taste it, smell it, figure it out.
Both of them.
One is Diet Pepsi, one is Diet Coke.
Oh, that's the. Oh,
Hold on, we have other ones coming too.
Oh yeah. We're not done here.
This is a Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke only. Okay.
Oh, hold
so
on, let me do this too.
Those are my parameters.
There, that's my fancy switch around.
Yeah, Randy came out the gas station to the car with like 17 sodas in a bag. It looked like his mom's letting him have a sleepover for his birthday.
It looked like he was like, you know what, I am going to get type 2 diabetes today.
It looked like a new Warcraft dropped.
You inspired this because you were like, I love Diet Coke. We have, who made the fudge for us, by the way? We have fudge in the house.
Oh, fudge made by my wonderful wife, Jocelyn.
I like her.
Made Rocky Road fudge.
Very good
She-
fudge.
She makes this, and it is fantastic. She gives it away to a bunch of people, and it's amazing.
I only like it during the holidays. It's so weird. Like, I love chocolate
it's a
too.
seasonal thing.
Fudge is definitely a seasonal thing for me. I like it with a little Nutella spread on the top because I'm a fat kid sometimes.
No, a little fudge to cleanse the palate.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. It's funny, like the first 4 episodes, if you watch the YouTube videos, I'm drinking soda. It's because we were here, and he has a fridge in the garage. We're kind of in a garage. Sound,
Not
yeah, kind of.
It's a garage.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, and like, I don't know why people always have refrigerators with soda in their garages, but they always do. And so the first, like, 4 episodes, I noticed I was, like, drinking pop, and I'm like, that's weird. Like, why am I doing that?
Because it's available.
Yeah.
So I think I'm ready to say.
Okay.
As am I.
Okay. So please put,
Actually, could we write our answers down and see if we matched, like in the Newlywed Game?
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I'm so excited to connect with you on this,
And
Brandon.
then if we get the right answer, we're going on a date. Is that
But
what's
I
happening?
have 2 pens.
The stakes just got real high here.
Making whoopee. They always said that. I loved that as a kid.
Making whoopee, yeah.
Yeah, they was always like,
was that Chuck Woolery? Was he the Newlywed Game guy?
Yes,
because he was a Love Connection guy.
No, it was the Newlywed Game guy was a different guy.
Oh, I forgot about Love Connection. That was the one that I watched. Go ahead.
I'm gonna put dot and no dot.
Dot and no dot, and then label
no dot and dot.
dot dot do dot.
Okay, do I turn my answer into Amanda?
Give it to me.
Okay, there you go.
I will be the.
And then Posse, you keep yours.
Oh, I thought we were making a pros and cons list for when Dot's not on episode of the Animaniacs.
You guys ready? You see? All right. So, Adam Pasi thinks that the cup with the dot was the Diet Pepsi or the Diet Coke. Sorry, I don't know what this says. What does that say? I know that's not even legible.
No dot.
No dot is Pepsi.
Oh, no dot is Pepsi. Dot is Coke.
That's what I said.
Okay. You guys are wrong.
What?
Not kidding you.
Is it from a bottle?
Yes.
That's why.
Peaches come from a can.
I don't-
That song's been stuck in my
You
head
gotta
all day.
understand, I don't drink from a bottle, and I believe the beverages to be different beverages.
I believe in a thing called love.
Just listen to my band performs that song.
I love that song. Yeah, you guys failed. So you guys,
Okay.
you guys up for another?
So do we still go on a date?
Yes, you guys
should-
still
you
get
should
to go on a date.
Keep using the same.
Also, you have to
flavor.
bring this back and do it from a can and do
I don't want
McDonald's.
it to taint the flavors of
Was
what
it-
we're
yeah.
testing.
No, not the cup. The paper.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, all right. Our next one. I don't know if this next one was. The next one's gonna be a little easy. I think it's gonna be a little easy. So close
See,
your
I disagree. I thought this one was going to be easy.
close your eyes.
You don't know what you're talking about now, do you, Randy?
Close your eyes.
Idiot.
Close your eyes. Close them.
Close your mouth, Randy. Stupid.
See, the one with no dot tastes a little sweeter to me, and I know Pepsi to be a little sweeter.
You're
than
lucky
Coke.
I'm going to let you drive me
I
home
think
after
it's
this.
so funny watching people with their eyes closed talk. You guys instantly.
It looks like I'm focusing on everything I'm saying. Like I'm insulting Randy with all of my being. Like I'm just
you guys.
drawing on my chi to call Randy a moron. I can't. I need no sensory interruption so I can focus on how dumb I think Randy is. Right?
It's what my mom looked like when she was frustrated with us as a kid. Did you guys drink Squirt as a kid?
Oh yeah.
I hated Squirt as a kid.
Yeah.
My parents did not drink hard alcohol very often, but I knew if there was, and we didn't drink soda either. We were a big water milk family. But I knew if there was Squirt in the house, there was vodka somewhere, because that's how my mom drank vodka, which seems just super trashy. But
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
Are you familiar with?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Ruby Red Squirt? Because that.
Yep.
If I can get my hands on some Ruby Red Squirt, game over.
I like the original Squirt better, but Squirt is like Fresca if it rode a skateboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So open your eyes and please hand me a Sharpie out of the
Oh,
tooth.
you're still here.
I'm still here because that pen didn't write on that very well.
Okay.
So okay.
Yeah, the ballpoint pen didn't write on a plastic cup. What are the odds of that?
That's just what you make me do. I'm so tired today.
Oh, is this a Sierra Mist Sprite
You should
thing?
not have come at me vulnerable, baby.
This I know ever. Just ever. This is a 7-Up Sprite challenge.
1 7-Up and 1 Sprite.
Oh, this is gonna be way
And
easy.
you know which is which, right?
I do.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay.
All right. 7-Up versus Sprite.
I think I know.
Did your guys' mom give you 7-Up when you were a kid, when you were sick?
Yeah.
Amanda, did you dot the ones closer to me and the ones closer to you?
The one's closer to me.
Okay.
First off, I'm gonna go on smell tests.
Yeah.
They both smell the same. But 7-Up changed its flavor a couple years ago.
A little bit.
They
yeah.
have intense commercials on the radio now, being like, "Baked cakes with 7-Up, glaze your ham with 7-Up."
Dude,
Like,
7-Up has always been on the comedy game. Like when Orlando Jones did the Make 7-Up Yours campaign.
well, this isn't like a jokey, funny one. This is like cook with 7-Up
Okay,
all the
I think
time.
I think I got it. Want me to write my should I write down my thing?
I think I would
I'm
just,
gonna do mine without having drank the other one.
I would just like you guys to
Oh,
lift the
Smart
cup,
idea.
lift the cup that you think is Sprite. Oh, you guys chose different.
No dot. I chose no dot.
Wow. Still
You
racist,
said you marked the ones closer to you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Posse got it right.
Woo, baby.
Which one's that?
This would be 7-Up then.
And you drink that one. Okay. Well, he didn't drink one of them.
Yeah, because 7-Up tastes kind of gross to me since they changed the flavor. I don't like 7-Up now.
I liked.
Well, I'm gonna taste it.
I like the one. I like that one better.
Also, bottled definitely gets.
Well, it's
skewed
sitting in
results.
plastic.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that has a really distinct flavor to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I don't-
It
almost
tastes
like,
like being sick to me.
you
I
know
don't
what it
drink
is?
either of those though.
It's almost like, when you put an extra Kool-Aid packet in the Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
That's kind of close to what 7-Up's new thing is like.
I swallowed it. It was very carbonated. It's in my nose now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're telling me the soda was soda?
Our last one. I know this
Yo,
challenge
what-
is going a little long today.
What soda frat are you pledging where you're chugging the 7-Up? Just calm
Yeah,
down,
I
lady.
swallowed and it went in my nose. It was horrible. It's like when you inhale bread, like your first bite of a sandwich, and then you inhale a little piece of bread, and then your sandwich is just ruined. You might as well not even eat it.
I know that feeling.
Amanda was a member of Phi Beta Shasta when she was in college.
Shasta.
My frat name was Naps with Cats. Okay, so this was Randall's idea, our last one, and
Yeah,
it's
which
a
I
weird
can
one.
come do it if you want.
Yeah,
I've never
please.
done it, but I'm confident.
Okay, be confident. Come on over. That way I can talk while we're doing this. So our third one is... I don't have to close my eyes.
Because I'm about to pull this stuff out of the bag.
Okay, pulling
So
stuff
they're
out of
going
the
to
bag.
pour 4 drinks. Randy's going to drink out of one of them. And then in a couple of weeks, when one of us develops something on our mouth, we're going to find out who drank Randy's drink.
Close your eyes.
So tune back in 4 weeks.
Oh, he's just going to kiss us now. This is inappropriate. I do not consent to this,
The
Randy.
closing your eyes is funny. When I was a kid,
I love yelling at Randy with my eyes closed.
we started a new thing. We played a game when I was a kid that one kid would like, and we're talking young, like 7, but my brother's 5 years older than me, and I don't know why I trusted him to play this game with him. But it was called What Is This? Because we weren't creative. And you would get something out of the kitchen, and you would allow your sibling to put that food in your mouth, and you had to guess what it was.
Oh, that's a terrible idea.
It's a terrible, terrible idea.
We're gonna put
And
food
There's
in
a weird contact going on with that. Am I talking into my mic?
yeah.
I'm just over, yeah, man, no, that's a weird game.
You look like you should be good at the piano all of a sudden. But yeah, he put coffee grounds in my mouth one time
Oh.
out of the garbage,
Oh.
and it made me sick. And my mom was like, "Well, that's what you get. That's the kind of parenting I had. If you're gonna let your brother stick stuff from the garbage in your mouth." So
You know, she's not wrong.
she's not. So what this one is Randall heard from a friend that is a bartender.
I heard from John, whose friend who works with many bartenders.
Yes. So Randall's partner works at a place that has bartenders, and they said when they run out of ginger ale, they will pour Sprite or 7-Up, and then they will add drops of Coca-Cola until it's the same color, and nobody ever notices. I call the color is really, really spot on.
That one's a little too much.
I think side by side. I think side by side we'll definitely be able to tell. But what we should have done, and here's another example of how you messed this whole podcast up. You should have just poured them and had us drink them and have us. I mean, I already knew we were doing this, but see if Brady could guess what it is. But we'll do it the dumb way now. Thanks, Randy. Idiot.
So you're not getting anything from us ever again, and I'm gonna wrestle you after this. So
Oh.
that'll be
yes.
that'll be a that'll be a part of the.
I don't need you, Randy. You think lesser sound quality will hurt my terrible podcast?
So you should tune into the YouTube because watching Randall, a lot of you may have never seen Randall, number one, and they're like, oh, look.
And you know what? Congratulations.
And
it's rough. It's rough stuff.
And number 2, he's really putting a lot of thought into this, but the color is spot on.
Color has to be right, or it's not going to work.
Randy looks like that one fat gay dude that writes all the Oscars dialogue. He looks like him in Witness Protection.
What's that guy's name?
He's got the red frame glasses.
Okay, you guys, you can open your eyes.
And I'd much rather this way.
So you're telling me one of these is ginger ale, and
And-
one of them is Sprite,
With a little couple drops
which is
of
a couple
Coke in it.
drops of Coke.
And they said that they do
Coca-Cola.
it all the time. Coca-Cola, yeah. That's funny. I worked with this lady that English was her second language, and we asked her if she was going to the gala with us. And we're like, you get drink tickets, Elizabeth. And she was like, no, I don't drink. I just do Coke. And we was at a meeting and we were like, what?
The smell is very close, though. Even.
It's so close.
Really?
So, I drink ginger ale on every flight I go on. It's what it's the only
good for your
time
tummy.
it's the only time I drink ginger ale. I don't really know why I do it, except that's just like what I do.
Something about
I just like it. It's refreshing on a flight.
So no, something about being up that high. It does something to where that's why people like ginger ale and tomato juice on flight.
I drink tomato juice on all flights. That's my thing.
So
I like.
it smells. Both smell like the smell, except one. I think this is.
I can tell that Randy poured both these because there's an inappropriate musk on both the cups.
There's a hair in mine. I don't know.
That's called sin, Pasi. It's called sin.
Okay.
So
I would say this one has a dot, and I'd say this is Sprite with Coke, and this is your legit ginger ale.
Pasi?
Yeah. Final answer.
okay, dot is ginger ale.
No, dot is the Sprite.
Dot is Sprite with Coke.
That's
Sprite
correct.
with Coke.
Good
Yes.
job, you guys. I want to taste the Sprite with Coke.
But again, not side by side. I think it's very passable.
Yeah, I think if I didn't know that one was the other, if you would have gave me that one and said that's ginger ale, I would have said, of course it is.
Like if I were running this podcast, we could have done that and it would have been awesome.
Okay.
What would you have done differently? It didn't even make sense.
Huh?
Huh?
I think he would have wrestled you in the first segment
Oh,
and not the
okay.
last segment.
Less Randy would have been my first
Less Randy.
order.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm
I
just playing, buddy. I
we
love
haven't-
you. I love that I get to hang out with you 2 days in a row, man. You mean the world to me, Randy. Thank you.
we have a new
Drive me home after this.
Please give me a ride home. So you've been on a lot of the roast battles. One of my favorite roast jokes to you was Dylan Jenkins said that you look like a genie that needed a ride.
Yeah.
So funny.
And I hit Dylan back by saying that he's the only person I've ever seen that has a double chin and no chin at the same time.
Yeah.
By the way, those you two back and forth with one another was one of the best things I've ever watched.
Wow.
Nice, man.
That was so funny.
Those
No,
sound
I agree.
so
I'm
mean.
really brilliant.
I could never do.
Randall,
Yeah.
I need 2 actors' names that have very distinct voices that are not anybody that's been in the movie Pulp Fiction.
Good call.
Then she's going to mix them in a cup and see if we can tell whether or not they're ginger ale.
That's exactly what I was going to do.
Alan Rickman.
Do you guys know who Alan Rickman is?
Yeah, he's
Snape.
Snape from
Okay.
Snape from Harry Potter.
Right.
Actually, he's the sheriff of Nottingham from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
That's
Also
exactly
true.
what he is.
And
It's dull, you twit. It'll hurt more.
Good line. It's a good line.
All right, Alan Rickman. And
not in Pulp Fiction. Morgan Freeman.
okay,
Also in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yes.
get ready for
Hey!
your best Morgan Freeman, Brady.
Oh no!
Open your messenger on your phone. We're gonna play a game. Okay. So I thought I always think it's fun to think about what if somebody was cast for a movie that just wasn't quite right, and you're like, hey, I think I know who that should have been. But instead of me, it was Randall knows who it should have been. You guys are gonna act out a scene together. Do
Okay.
you have your? Can you give him a?
Yep.
Give him a script.
Okay.
The scene I chose, you will be Jules, my friend, and you'll be Vincent.
Okay.
But you have to read the line in the actor's voice that we have given you.
What's the movie?
I'm going to set the scene.
Okay.
It is Pulp Fiction, and the scene is when they're going up to the apartment.
This dialogue was not chosen on accident.
Well, no, I did. That's why I was laughing in the car. I was like, of course I'm going to pick this scene.
Nicely done.
Thank you. So the scene is Vincent and Julius walk through the reception area.
Jules.
Or Jules, sorry.
His name is
And-
Jules.
I
That's
was
the
gonna
lack of
orange
an
Julius.
I'm really
I.
glad you're Jules and I'm Vincent.
I was thinking, yeah. You edit that appropriately, please.
Jesus.
And they wait for the elevator. And it's a famous scene. They're talking about what's going to happen with their friend. So, but you guys have to do it in the voices that we've given you.
Yes,
I'll give you a
Morgan
moment to
Freeman.
gather yourselves.
I'm ready.
Amanda. I like this very much.
Thank you. I think this is going to be a fun one. Think of Morgan Freeman. What's your favorite Morgan Freeman movie, Randall?
Probably Shawshank.
Me too.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. You idiot.
I really like him as God and Bruce Almighty.
That's a good one. What's your favorite?
I like the one where he narrates the Penguin movie.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's kind of where I'm drawing my inspiration from.
All right, you guys. So
You've got the low cadence of Morgan Freeman already.
this is gonna be fun. All right,
We'll see.
and scene.
You remember Antoine Rockamore, half black, half Samoan?
Nope.
Used to
I've
call him
never
Tony
seen
Rocky
Alan
Horror.
Rickman.
I'm Alan Rickman. Go. It's your turn. It's your turn.
Yeah, maybe. Fat, right?
It's kind of.
George Takei.
I love it.
A little bit of George Takei
Okay,
there.
I love it. Each week it's gonna get better.
I wouldn't go so far as to call the brother fat. He's got a weight problem. What's the dude gonna do? He's Samoan. I'm still Alan Rickman.
I think I know who you mean. What about him? That's totally George Takei now.
Very
It
much-
is totally
it's just
George
George Takei. How did Morgan Freeman turn into George Takei?
Well, Marcellus messed his ass up good, and word around the campfire was on account of Marcellus Wallace's wife. And I'll tell you something, he tries that with me, I'll tear his liver out with a spoon. Why a spoon? Because it's dull, you twit! It'll hurt more!
It's definitely Alan Rickman.
What the greatest actor?
Oh, that's so
that was
fun.
fantastic. I should have been George Takei. That would have been way easier.
I didn't know
awesome.
that you had such a solid George Takei in the
Isn't it
picture.
Takai?
I didn't, you know that?
Oh dear.
Oh,
Oh.
dear.
Oh my. I do like how in trying to do a not racist Morgan Freeman, you ended up on George Takei.
I was trying for a black man. I got a gay Asian.
Yeah, a Gation.
Story
Yeah.
of Randy's life.
So that's it.
I'm sorry. That was hilarious.
Oh man.
This is a good one. This is a good one. So, who would you cast if you were going to cast somebody else? Who do you think would have been good alternatives to those roles?
George Takei.
Okay, as
like
just
you
like
nailed
a
it.
No,
George Takei as a serial killer would be amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my, slit
could-
your throat.
I can actually see Posse doing a solid Sam Jackson.
Can you do?
Okay.
Can you do Sam Jackson? And
Can
what do
you
you?
not look through my? What are you looking through my phone for?
I'm messaging our friends through your Facebook account.
I didn't. That's
I'm
so.
going to send myself back the money I paid you the other day. Hold on. Hold on, dude. We're doing the bit. Yeah, I'm going to give myself $7 back for the McDonald's you bought me.
That's hilarious, Venmo. You can steal people. That's a good point. Now, you can.
Oh, I heard about
steal
some girl
money
doing
from
that.
people's phones.
Like you could steal my phone and Venmo yourself, like whatever.
Whatever.
Randy,
Yeah.
what's your
Whatever.
payment code?
It's true.
well, I don't have
Shit,
one.
I
It
never
just went
thought.
through.
Shoot, I never
Don't
thought
let
about that.
don't let people have your phone.
Mine's always locked. My phone's always on me. Very
Thanks,
rarely
Randy.
do I let it sit
Oh,
around.
my phone's always on me. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
you
the
actually
best.
did it. He actually did it, didn't he?
No, I heard a thing about this girl acting like she's getting, and it might just be an internet rumor, but I think it's a dope idea. She acted like this dude, she was putting her number in this dude's phone. She got on his Venmo and sent herself like $1,000.
That is so smart, and I
mean, I guess
it's
it's
terrible.
possible.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
It depends on the
But
dude.
it's really smart. Yeah.
Wait, don't I have to put my thumbprint in to Venmo? I think for my Venmo, if I'm going to send money, it asks me for my thumbprint right before I send it.
Maybe that's because you have it set up for your fancy Bitcoins.
I don't send bitcoins through
kidding. I'm
through
just
Venmo. But
You're so literal. I love it.
Fancy bitty coins.
Yeah, Bitcoins. I'm mad because I'm trying to understand them more.
yeah,
I'm watching documentaries on
You
Netflix.
Bitcoin guy?
yeah.
Oh, I just quit. I don't.
It's a bad
understand
time
so
for it
it's
right
not-
now. It's a big. Well, I mean, it's a good time to buy, but if you believe in the concept, but it's
People are super duper rich from that first round.
if they sold,
Yeah. Do you feel like it's going to come back?
100%. I'm 100% on board with cryptocurrency. It's a way to get around banks and governments, and people are going to be on top of that. And banks and governments aren't going to be able to stop everybody. You're talking
Yeah.
globally. You're talking on a global scale. So it's just a way to do transactions free and instantaneously.
Huh.
So yeah.
Well, that was a good segue. Let's go deep for a minute. You want to go deep?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm taking my pen apart.
Yeah, I'm taking your pen apart.
For our listeners, this is the YouTube you want to watch. It is the one that you want to watch. Brady's OCD is just like being like, really, he's gonna take our table apart.
When Randy was taping everyone's sets during the helium contest.
And we stole all his stuff.
Yeah, I took his keys, then I split up the keys, and I sent him a picture of him and made him send him on a scavenger hunt for his own belongings.
I was one of the key holders, and Randall got mad. That was funny. There was a little part of him that was like, "Ha ha! I want all my stuff back." He was pulling people aside, being like, "So
that hurt my feelings that you got mad about that." I went through all that trouble.
I didn't hurt my feelings.
Hurt your feelings?
It hurt
hurt my feelings because I went through all that trouble to make something fun for you, and you didn't appreciate it.
Randall, he stole your keys with you in mind, and you had the audacity to get mad at him.
And his
Brady
phone.
gets it. Brady's a real friend.
Dude.
And his phone, right? It was the phone too. You took his phone.
Did I take
too.
your phone?
He did it
Yeah.
for you.
My keys and my phone.
And I didn't even send myself any money that day, so you're welcome. That's why I took that money today, to make you understand how good the key thing was.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I get it.
You're a jerk, Randy. It is better with your eyes
With
closed.
your eyes closed. That's going to be so annoying every time he talks to you. I have a theory about people that talk with their eyes closed, by the way. I feel like really, my friends
They're
that are
3 years old, maybe.
no, actually, now you'll notice this. I want you guys to be on the lookout for this. I forgot to turn my ringer off. I'm sorry, you guys. I feel like people with super high IQs, when they're talking and they're getting into a thought, they all close their eyes while they're talking. Like some of my smartest friends. Go ahead. What do you have to say? Like I have smart. I mean, it's amazing how many doctors I ended up hanging out with in my 30s. Like I have a lot of veterinarians, one dentist. I really want to be friends with my GP. I haven't won her over yet. I'm working on it.
What's a GP?
General practitioner.
That's boring.
Yeah. But
It's prescribed medicine. It's not fun.
yeah, it's just drugs.
I call her PCP.
She's actually a nurse practitioner. Anyway, but I feel like really smart people close their eyes, and I think there's a theory to this, and I don't know how to look into that. Like, and if you watch,
Actually, I can help you with that right now. You're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
That's cool. The exploring we just did.
I'm sorry you don't have any smart friends.
You're correct.
I know.
You're 100%
I know.
correct.
I know. I'm one of them. Okay, so we do this segment called
Randy.
Going Deep.
Yeah, let's go deep.
And this is
What's the
not
going deep
in a chip bag or a, like it's not in a food container. That was my only stab back I had. He said something mean to me a minute ago. I just feel like I'm constantly, you exhaust me, like I'm bullied the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like 7th grade all over again.
So do I wear people down. My friend Ray noticed an uptick in his mental health when we stopped working together.
Oh my God, he was like, I feel
Like,
better.
I used to give him anxiety because every day he changed. I gave him crap about his beard. His wife loved his beard. I hated it, and he shaved the beard, and then yelled at his wife when she complained. He goes, "Look, I see you at nights, and and every now and again, because our schedules don't match up. I'm with Adam for 8 hours a day. I need this beard to go away."
Makes sense.
That's fine. I
The
wish,
logic is sound.
That's my best friend, by the way. I'm a lot to deal with.
I wish that I could just grow a beard during the wintertime.
It would justify the voice. Go on.
But it's been this way since the 3rd grade.
You
so
have a
weird.
sexy voice, and we both know I play, even though you're a beautiful woman.
Well, thank you. It's something I've been self-conscious about like my whole life. Like I got called Amanda voice a lot. Like Amanda
No,
voice.
you have a sexy voice. You're a
Right.
gorgeous lady, and someday you'll be funny.
Yeah,
Oh, that was right in the face.
That is it.
okay.
I like that you get roasted for a change.
It's nice. I see you
'Cause I
over
feel
there
like-
smiling.
I feel like I've got
It's
the
nice-
brunt of it a few times.
It's nice to see you happy.
From other guests.
You were over there kind of, perking your shoulders a little bit, being like, this is fun.
I told you, Brady, you're a new friend. Next time I come back, you're dead. You understand?
I got a hall
I'll
pass.
cover this room in your blood, son.
That's all we do on his podcast is just make fun of each other the whole
Yeah.
time. Okay. Going Deep is where we give you a scenario and we want to know how you would react. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you're sober. Let's start there. And I know that's only like the first 2 hours of your day. But you're sober. You're in the woods.
I'm sorry, Miss 7-Up wasted over here.
Chuck. So you're in the woods, and I'm gonna do a little bit different one than we've done on our past episodes. You run into Bigfoot. There he is. He doesn't run from you. He's not blurry, and you're just sitting there in the woods, like just contemplating whether you should probably quit comedy. and Bigfoot just chills right next to you.
Did I storm into the woods from the finals at the Helium Funniest Person competition?
Of course, they had to put it on the news. We'll come back to that story later.
No, they put Falcone on the news because he won. You were incidental.
Yeah. So when I didn't make it through on the news, the footage is me getting mad and like walking off.
It's amazing.
I'm not a great loser.
Like a Kanye moment.
Yeah.
It really was.
I'm the greatest comic. I should have won this.
Here's how important our
Losing
friendship
sucks.
is.
Losing sucks.
Because I was like, damn, my poor homegirl. That's a bad look for her, and I know she deserves better than that. But also,
and that's what I love about comedy, by the way. That's what I love. When you're like, you see somebody fail, like somebody having a bad set is amazing. Like when you're like, oh, they are struggling and the comics are in the back just laughing. Okay, so you're in the woods, you're hanging out, Bigfoot comes up and you have like a 45-minute conversation. Bigfoot has a huge vocabulary. He's just like, he sounds like George Kai. He's like, oh my, I ran into somebody in the woods.
Very proper.
Yeah, you
Proper
just,
Bigfoot.
he gives you some advice.
up until the advice, you were describing Randy.
Bigfoot in the woods.
And you people just saw. So
Yeah, you people. So you're done. He leaves. He was like, it was nice meeting you. This is this is two-parter. Do you kill Bigfoot? And so you can prove he's real, like cut off his hand and bring it back with you or something. That's a thing people have talked about doing.
Is his heart in his wrist or something? Why are you killing him by cutting off his hand?
Well, you kill him and then you cut off his hand and bring it with you because Bigfoot's going to be too carry through the woods. It'd be like carrying Adam through the woods.
I'm going to invite Bigfoot to an open mic, then I'm going to ask to smell his feet afterwards. Because of these wide-ass Samoan nostrils, I think Bigfoot's the guy for me to do that with.
No, but realistically, this happened to you. This is a real experience you had. You were sober. Do you tell people about it? And if so, who's the first person you tell? Because, like, who's going to believe you? You have, like, as a comic, too. You're like, I saw Bigfoot. And if you were anybody that, like, smoked pot or drank in your 20s up until this point, they're going to be like, you were high or, like, you have mental illness. Like,
I tell any of the close people in my life.
But who's the first person you tell?
Probably my friend Ray, who I was talking about earlier.
Really? Ooh,
Yeah.
Have I met Ray?
I believe you have. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Would Ray believe you?
Yeah. Ray's like a brother to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think Ray would want to go and try to find Bigfoot again and hang out and talk?
No, because he's in all this crap. He refers to himself as a life student. He's really stupid. So
Life student. That's like people that say, I'm a people person.
yeah. No, he believe in letting Bigfoot go. He's way into Taoism, and I'm sure some of that, whatever that crap is, it's
So you'd let Bigfoot go? You wouldn't try to You know
what? Yeah, I'd let him go, and
because you'd probably be a millionaire.
Partially because it's the right thing to do, and also like out of spite. Look at you chumps! I saw Bigfoot and you didn't. I don't need you to know that I saw him. I just need you to. I just need to know that my life is more enriched than yours.
Can I ask you? So, have you ever bought groceries from the Dollar Tree?
Not groceries,
have you eaten
but sundries.
Have you eaten stuff from the Dollar Tree?
Candy.
Okay. You've still bought some sort of food from the Dollar Tree, and you'd let Bigfoot just walk off. That's like millions of dollars. You'd probably have a book deal, a movie deal. They'd probably stuff him for you. Like, is that ethical to kill Bigfoot if they find him?
Is it ethical to play on your phone when you're doing a podcast?
I'm trying to turn my ringer off, and my phone's. They want me to.
Are we all
upgrade.
playing? Can I do Words with Friends then?
I sent her stuff for Instagram and
Thank you.
Time Warning.
Do you believe in Bigfoot? That's the final question.
No.
Really?
I think we'd have found him if he was out there. Look at all the crap that we can find. Look at all the satellites and everything. You don't think Bigfoot doesn't pop up?
What do you think?
Listen, we can go deep into lots of conspiracy theories. Bigfoot's not mine. For the same reason that Adam says, is that I don't believe there's too many land animals that we haven't, of that size, that we haven't seen. So I don't believe
The forest is vast.
in Bigfoot.
Now, you were asking me about Nessie, on the other hand.
See, no, that one I don't believe in it at all. Like,
the
water
water.
radar would be way easier. That'd be way easier than, like, caves and digging. They found, like, I don't know. I don't not believe, but I don't believe. Like, I think he's probably the most plausible of all the, well, I think,
Bigfoot?
like, out of, like, Nessie and
Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, what other ones are there? There's Loch Ness Monster.
There's the Canadian
you could say-
one. That's
you
like
could say
Opie
aliens.
Finoki or some crap
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
Is it alien?
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra, sure.
I think there's alien stuff, but there's not like it's not going to be like ET, which is unfortunate because I'd want one.
No, certainly I believe in aliens. For certain,
Yeah.
aliens exist.
Yeah, space is bigger than we can think of.
Too big to not have life out there.
Randall, you're on mic now. Do you believe in Bigfoot?
I'm pretty much in the boat of like I'd like to believe, but until I see proof.
Yeah, you don't have to ride in a boat to answer
Are you-
this question. By the way,
Are you Bigfoot agnostic?
Big Gnostic.
Big Gnostic.
Big Gnostic.
Where are we on time, Randall?
We got about 4 minutes left.
What do you got? When's this one gonna air? I love having you on mic, by the way.
Next Monday.
Next Monday.
Oh, I have something I can plug.
Oh, and can we real quick? We might go like 2 minutes over. Randall, don't yell at us, because I also want to talk about what we did today.
Oh yeah, but I also need to plug my band.
Yay,
is playing.
Randy gigs.
I think this is going to be closer to the date. So my band is playing, called The Playlist. We are a cover band. We're playing
a
January.
really good cover band, though.
Thank you. We are playing January 11th at the Brick House in Vancouver.
Brick
and
House.
9 p.m. to about midnight, we will be jamming about 35 super sexy songs.
If you don't-
all cover songs that you would know and recognize.
If you don't mind me asking, if it doesn't give away some of the magic, like what do you plan on? What do you normally open with, and what do you normally close with?
We normally open with "Sweet Child of Mine" by Guns N' Roses.
That's good. That's a great opener.
That's a good opener.
When the guitar lick hits.
Yeah. So it's everyone's like talking, and then everyone like pays attention right away when that
Who's
guitar.
the vocalist?
We have two vocalists. We have a female vocalist and a male vocalist who split roles. So,
Adam's like, I want to be in your band.
So they're
Adam
both-
can sing really well.
So they're both. You can come sing a song, dude. But so they're both lead vocalists, and then they both sing backup when the other one's doing lead, and it's fantastic.
Are they
So
a
we have a female who sings our "Sweet Child of Mine,"
That's
they a
smart. That's the
couple?
way to go, so you
and
can
we
know those notes.
no, they're not. Couple. They're both married and children.
So what date?
January 11th, which I believe is a Friday night,
At what time?
9 p.m. to midnight. We're jamming. We're not opening with "Sweet Child of Mine" though,
What's your big
Oh,
closer?
changing it up.
because we want to. We feel like it's wasted sometimes, like people aren't there yet, and then that's one of our best songs,
Okay.
which is another reason why we open with it. So I think we're gonna open with I think we're opening with "My Name Is Jonas" by Weezer.
I'm not familiar with that song.
What?
Brady's big Weezer fan,
It's the best.
and that's at the Brick House in Vancouver.
Yeah, great food, great drinks. It's a great little place.
Yeah, if you want to get bricked on, come to the Brick House.
Brick House.
We do that song,
They make
Don't look at me like that.
Anyway, that's my plug. Do you want to talk about what we did today?
So yeah,
So-
and I know we have commercials, but please let us give you dentistry. Like email in. We have to pick a secret word too today.
Yeah.
We'll let. Can it? Oh, I called the pineapple course Samoan dog bones. So can that be? That's probably a weird secret word, right? Samoan dog bones.
I just feel like I want to make it easier.
Dog bones.
Sure, just people aren't emailing in, so
I know.
I'm not giving it away.
I have so many friends right now that are asking me, so how can he get me like a discount on dentistry? And I'm like, we are giving away a minimum of 500. You have how many dentists?
The
now?
answer is no, because I give it away and no
On
one,
air.
Yeah.
Like all you got to do is listen for the secret word, be the first one to email it in. That's it.
Yeah. The thing is, I have patients that come into my
Your microphone
office.
voice.
I have patients that come into my office that
Higher.
tell me like
No,
I can't
in
afford
pitch.
this.
In pitch.
Oh,
Come on,
tell me
musician.
they can't afford this.
Nailed it.
Like that? Did I do it? Is that what you're looking for? And I
Where
tell
do
them,
we go now? Where do we go?
and I tell them to come and check out the podcast,
Yeah.
and they still don't.
Yeah.
So these are going unclaimed, which is too bad.
It just goes to show people would rather have their mouths rot out than listen to Amanda. And I'm on board.
You make me want to poke my ears out. So we give away. We have two dentists. You and another dentist right now.
Yes.
Or do you have two other dentists?
It sounds like the other guy's not a dentist and Brady's just letting him use his stuff.
It's like
Dentist.
I had a friend that her dad was kind of a dentist from Guatemala. He made
Tell me
teeth.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You told me about that. Yeah.
No, we have two other dentists, right?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that right now,
Potentially.
but because this isn't being utilized, I'm not trying to get more dentists on, but I can. And so the more people who utilize this and want to participate, the more I can get
So
people to
if
participate.
the person,
a dentist to participate.
the people, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize. The people that are listening to this episode that we just filled their ears with all that Adam Pasi noise, they know the secret word's dog bones now, and
If they've made it through, yeah.
yeah, and they're like, okay,
Yeah, change your shorts.
yeah, they're like, okay,
And then go hit up that email.
Shh, for a second. They go in, they email dog bones to standupdiet@gmail.com. How much can they get for this episode to go towards
500. I'm doing 500 every week. 500.
500 every week? Okay.
500. You just got to email the word dog bones to us. That's all you got to do, and you get $500 of free dentistry. Whatever you want, we'll apply that towards any services that we provide.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Super awesome.
Good dentist.
Yeah.
How's your dental health?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty bad.
What's going on in there?
I'm missing a guy here.
What happened to it?
Sweet.
It just that was all my fillings from back in the day have gone bad.
Oh,
Like I got a little half right down here. This one died.
you're the first
Broke off.
comic we've had that opened their mouth and was like, "Hey, check this out."
Well, you know why? Because this is my smile side anyway, and I just stopped being ashamed of it. I was like,
Do you know that, I'll tell you this is true. Samoans, when I have to do extractions on any Pacific Islander, anybody of Pacific Islander type of ethnicity,
best unconscious kissers.
I freak out because you have the densest bone, and extractions are 10 times more difficult on a Pacific Islander than they are on a white person.
Really?
or a other colored person.
Black people have very dense bone as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're just ethnic differences, and yes, absolutely, black people have denser bone, but Pacific Islanders take the cake. And
Who
they
has
have
the shittiest bones? Let's just call them out.
white people.
Oh.
White people have. I mean, white people are the easiest to pull teeth on them. Asians as well.
Pale colored people. We're weak.
Yeah,
Pethy.
but yeah, Samoans are it's rough. One of the worst extraction cases I did was a case of this is like seared in my memory, was a older lady, Samoan, and she had just her front 6 teeth, which are usually very simple teeth to take out. They're not in the back. I have good access and I can take them out really easily. Every
I
single
like this hand for taking them out really easy.
every single one of them snapped off at the gum line. Every single one snapped. So I had to fillet her gums. It was a nightmare visit, and I was kind of early on in my career, so it was super difficult.
Where you're like, oh, what did I
And
open?
it should have been like a walk in the park, and it wasn't. So
I got to assist with dentistries at the vet clinic, and mandibles got broke a lot on small dogs. And that's
trying to pull teeth out, you broke their mandible?
Yeah, like where if it was super rotten, like little chihuahuas and stuff, it's like
Yeah.
it literally is as thin as a chicken wing. They look like chicken wings.
What type of dog gave the best unconscious makeout?
Great Danes, hands down.
Nice.
They're warm. I like them.
Well,
Get up in there.
What do you? So this is gonna air on Monday. That's upcoming tomorrow. Day after tomorrow. Next Monday.
Christmas Eve.
What do you have any shows or anything coming up that you want to push before we?
We will be doing a You're Welcome at Mississippi Pizza, like we do every single Wednesday. Doors at 9:30, and it'll be the special post-Christmas You're Welcome. So there might be presents that we'll give to each other and maybe the audience. I don't know yet, but
Is Shane still doing that with you?
yep, me, Shane Brendan, Marcus Coleman.
So if any of our listeners are Blazer fans, Shane Brennan's actually one of the guys on the After Blazer show.
He's the one that looks like a catfish.
Yeah, he looked like LL Cool J last week. He posted a real snazzy LL Cool J lip biting picture. Anyway, so check out Adam Pasi. He's a regular at Helium. As much as I hate you, I love you dearly. You're
love
one of
you
my
too,
favorite people, and thank you for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for
great
having
to
me.
meet you. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
for
good to
coming
meet you, Brady.
Yeah.
Randy, you're still terrible, but
Yeah,
I
I
will
know.
accept that ride home.
Randy and I work together. We do the podcast together, and he still doesn't want to make out with me. So
True.
thank you guys. Follow us on all the social medias. Bye.